You don't have to believe in unity because it just exists, right? You can tear apart all the little details of what it might be like and believe or not believe in all the descriptions and the explanations of these details. But unity itself just simply exists. You don't have to believe in it. We live inside of it, right? We're a part of it. I mean, there's not unity over there and me over here, which is what's fun about non-duality, always picking those little ways that we separate ourselves from things. You don't have to believe in gravity. Gravity just exists. It holds us down. You can be like Einstein and try to come up with mathematical formulas that explain exactly where gravity comes from and why it works. But the fact of gravity itself, we're just sitting in it. Everything on Earth is in it and part of it, right? Now, you do have to believe in separation because separation doesn't exist. Actually, more specifically, separation does exist. Feeling that you're separate is a thing. But all the little details that make you feel separate, all of those are just illusions. And those are the silly little things that we're trying to get rid of in spiritual studies, in the spiritual quest. Many spiritual quests these days are very shallow, and they simply go through the details of how to get things, how to get Kundalini rising, how to get feelings of happiness, how to get healing. But if you go deeper, having any sort of spiritual urge at all is the urge to go deeper. What's really there? What's there is unity. And the thing that's keeping you from living in it and knowing it every minute of your day is just a very small little thing. It's a misconception. Think of all the times that you've ever changed your mind about something. Like your, well, food is a good example with that these days. So someone will come out with some new food. This is the new superfood. This will make you perfectly fit and healthy and thin and beautiful and everything. And we all start eating that food. And the next thing you know, somebody comes out with a study. It's like, that food's not good. And you realize, when you realize, you just realize. Like they came out with the whole fat-free fad. If we don't eat fat, then we won't be fat. Turns out that's not true at all. If we don't eat fat, if we eat foods that don't have any fat, then we're just constantly hungry and we constantly eat and eat and eat and we get fat. So science, reality, just paying attention to the situation brought us the truth of it, or the getting towards the truth of it still. I mean, if you study foods at all, you'll find out that nobody has any idea what we're supposed to eat. But the point is that when you change your mind about something, boof, it's just gone. You realize that these non-fat, high carbohydrate, non-fat, high carbohydrate foods are really not all that healthy, especially because they're super, super processed, right? So you realize, oh, okay, that's not true, and you change your mind. Boom. That old belief is just gone. the products aren't gone from the grocery store yet. But that's what it's like to change your mind, because mind is just it's just descriptions of things. You can just change it into something else. When you unhook yourself from your addiction to those descriptions, then boom, you're able to be in unity. You can't ever completely think unity in words, because words just don't work for that. But you can just slow down, and there you are in unity. It's fun to try to find something that's not unified, that's completely separate. Can't be done. Can't be done. So we always fall back into unity, because unity is the default. It just simply exists. And being there is awakening, because now you're in it, relaxed in it.